somebody's done you wrong, it's time for you to sing along and call them out, call them out, call them out. You gotta call them out, call them out, call them out. It's time to call them out.
Well, Jaybird, guess you got to call out a woman that snatched an item right out of your hands at the store?
Okay, no, not at the store, at a garage sale. And there is garage sale etiquette that people got to realize. If someone's going through a bin, you don't go over there and start going through the bin that they're going through. And you definitely don't take someone out of someone's hand. I had The Legend of Zelda, the video game, in my hand at a garage sale. Grabbed it, and this older woman snatches it out of my hand, and I look at her and go, "Excuse me?" I go, "I was going to buy that." Because, well, I was looking at it earlier, and I had dibs on it. Well, I go, "Well, did you say you had dibs on it?" He goes, "No, it was in my head." I go, "That's not how it works."
Right.
So we kind of get into this weird altercation. People are looking at us, and I finally just said, "Take the game. Take the game. I'm not trying to get into a fight with this older woman at a garage sale." And then I slinked away and said, "What am I doing out?"
My mom had it right. Agoraphobia for me.
She snatched it out of my hand, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
What a psycho.
That's crazy.
People do that kind of stuff at garage sales. I've seen many fights at a garage sale, my Aunt Ann included.
I would have watched where she went back to her car and wrote down her license plate and been like, "You just made the list."
I know. That list, now I have this long list of people that's wrong to me.
Right.
And I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live with revenge in my heart.
Revenge is awesome.
It's not. I did 2 shovels. Take one for the person you're trying to, seek revenge on, and then take a shovel for yourself, because no one wins in revenge. You bury both of yourselves.
I disagree.
Well, you don't look that happy.
I am loving life.
It's working for her.
I'm joyous.
I'm kidding. You look real happy. Revenge works for a witch. I'm going the other way. I don't want to fight with some woman in a garage sale about The Legend of Zelda.
No, and you can't, because there's no way for you to look good in that moment. And that's why we watch her walk to her car, we write down her license plate, and we put it in our phone for a later date.
I'm not going to lie, though. It did bother me to a point where I had to drive to 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee.
I'll show her. I'll get cavities and diabetes.
I had to calm my nerves down. How dare you take something out of my hand?
It is a ballsy move.
Well, it started escalating, and people are looking and they go, "Bird, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just buy Zelda off eBay."
Christina's on here from Wellington. You say somebody stole your ham at the grocery store?
Oh, damn.
Yes. Yes.
Not the ham.
What happened?
So I called ahead. I didn't want to wait because you know how that line gets.
Yes.
So we're on our way to the store, going to get taco stuff, and I pick up my turkey, and I go, "Oh, excuse me." I said, "Did they not have the ham? Because sometimes they don't." She goes, "Oh, no, I cut that." And I was like, "Oh, so someone stole it." She goes, "Yeah, I usually catch them, but I'm sorry I wasn't around." I said, "Okay." She goes, "You want me to cut you some more?" I said, that would be an easy thing, but it's the principle now. So I'm walking through the store, and my son goes, "The taco stuff is this way." And I'm like, "No, I'm going to go find my ham."
My ham is in this store. I know it's here, and I'm going to find the hooker that took my ham.
That's
So
amazing.
I go, and I'm sizing people up, and I'm like, "I hope it's not that one because we're going to have an issue."
Right, yeah, she take me out, yeah. Uh-huh.
So it was about 10 minutes. So I hightail it to the frozen section. So I'm pretty sure in 10 minutes they got, that far. So I find it. I see my name. And my ears are red, and I'm like, "Okay, be calm. Don't make this a big deal." I was like, "Excuse me, ma'am. Can I have my ham back?" And she looked at me all crazy. She goes, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, the ham that says," and I say my whole name, and I said, "That ham." And so I reached down and grabbed it. And she's like, "Oh, didn't know what I was talking about. Grab it." She's on the phone. She goes, "Apparently I stole someone's ham."
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, she
And
knew.
you thought you could get away with it. It's got somebody else's name on it. The
Right.
balls.
What did she look like? Because I'm wondering if it's the same lady that stole my Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah, we need to follow her into the parking lot, write her license plate down, and save it for a later date.
I'm not kidding. What did she look like?
She was an older woman, and that's all I will say.
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
was too.
Just because you're geriatric doesn't mean you can do this.
They're getting all
But
slick.
then I felt guilty for eating my ham. Like when I got home, I was like, yeah, I could have had it cut. And then I was like, this is like guilt ham. It was delicious, though.
That's good. No, and you deserve to have that ham.
You
did it right.
You called ahead, you did the work, and she just tried to snipe your ham.
You did it right. You fought for your ham.
Yeah.
Yes, and my poor son was like, Mom, the tacos are this way. Please, let's not do this.
He didn't want the
You
confrontation.
know what? If you can't handle the heat, go sit in the car. Mama's got work.
That's just it. Confrontations can be uncomfortable.
She knew her ham was in the frozen food section because she figured how long it would have taken her ham to get across the store.
Yeah.
She did the math. She made every move right. You're a legend.
She did it right.
Yeah.
Thank
for
you.
you, Christine.
Well, yeah, I went there the other day, and he goes, that was you? Because I ordered some, and it wasn't ready yet, and it was past the time. And I was like, did someone take my stuff again? He goes, that was you? I was like, good for you. So I'm a legend in that Publix. I am very, very...
You are a legend. You went and got your ham. Good for you.
You are a legend. Just like Zelda, the Legend of Zelda.
That's it. Very nice. Nice job, Christine.
So cute.
Ham guilt.
You should have zero guilt eating that ham, but I get it. She tainted it.
Well, this is a crazy. Last week on the Whacked Out News, we had a story about a drunk dental hygienist at a kid's dentist place.
Horrifying.
She was hammered and she was working the drill when they stopped her. And Heather said, yeah, talk about a drunk dentist. My sister recently showed up to get her teeth cleaned, had never been her patient before, sat down in the chair and had some light chit chat with the hygienist. She was having trouble understanding what this chick was saying to her. And then she quickly ascertained the woman was higher than a kite. Kept missing her mouth with the dental instruments and was
What?
moving in slow motion. My sister was freaked out and felt kind of weirdly trapped. She eventually just said, look, I got to go. Needless to say, her teeth never did get clean. And when the dentist asked her how her cleaning went, she advised that her hygienist was highly impaired.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, you always think there's no way somebody could be drunk or high at a medical facility. We're learning that's not the case.
You are right, sir.
Well, some people think they can hide it, and
You're
some people
right.
can hide it.
Some people can hide it, and then they put on that surgical mask, and maybe you wouldn't notice if the surgical mask and the little safety goggles are on. But
Right.
it is your right to stop any procedure at any point and say, you know what? I think you're drunk or high or both.
If you're going to the dentist and they start drilling your nose, I would start asking questions and maybe leave.
You don't have to be nice and polite in that moment because they could seriously hurt you.
Well, that's the problem, I think, what happens with a lot of people. They're afraid to be rude.
Yeah.
And some people are not. Some people will go, are you drunk? But a lot of people will allow bad behavior to happen because they don't know how to react to that.
Well, you're a nice person. Your parents raised you to be a nice person. And so you think, I don't want to make trouble. What if I'm wrong? What if they're not drunk? But you know what? It's better to say something and figure it out on the back end. You can stop any medical procedure and get to the bottom of what's going on.
Well, that's why people prey on people in the parking lot. Oh, can I use your phone or can I do this or whatever?
No.
Because there's a good amount of people that will go, yeah, sure, because they have a good heart.
Nope. You better get back 10 feet from me. I'll stab you.
We do have some more call 'em outs to get to here, and some people have a couple complaints about some stuff that are happening in schools. One email that we got here says, I am calling out our son's national lacrosse team, which charges $3,000 for 3 tournaments and had a dad coaching. Dad's coaching at a national level is never a good idea. We haven't won a championship yet, and the coach's son never leaves the field. The old daddy ball.
Might be time to play some baseball. Leave that sport. Although baseball's expensive too.
I got daddy ball there as well.
You're right.
Yeah, you jump right from one sport into daddy ball in another.
That was always a thing, Virginia, where the dad would coach and his kid wasn't that good, but all of a sudden the kid was pitching and playing first base, and everyone's like, oh, kid sucks.
Yeah, that's going to be
Daddy
a
ball.
problem. Well, all the other daddies are going to watch you, and they're going to be like, all right. And now you got beef with 8 daddies.
The kid keeps getting hit with the ball. You're like,
Another call out says, I'm calling out the high school sports programs who charge money for us to see our own kids play games when they've already paid thousands of dollars to the school for our kids to play the game. My daughter's lacrosse at a public high school costs $1,000 a year. And then when I go see a game, which is about 16 games a year for my husband and I, it's anywhere from $7 to $9 a game, which adds up to a couple $100 extra. I realize the school needs money, and I realize it's every school nowadays, but it's still frustrating.
Well, if your parents are part of the program, that should be the perk of you guys get to get in.
Mm-hmm.
If your kid's playing, your parent should get in for free. That's just my opinion.
And what's the $1,000 going to? Is that just dues?
Maybe equipment and things like that.
Travel.
But it is tough because, you do see a disparity that does happen because not every kid has got those kind of funds to be able to do that. And that's a real tough thing. I know that thankfully we've had some sports stars and whatnot step up for some underprivileged programs where the kids there just can't afford that kind of equipment to play the sport, but they have every single right to play it. And you shouldn't have only rich kids get to play sports and other kids don't.
My first 2 years in organized baseball, I wore blue jeans, not baseball pants, and nobody made fun of me for that.
Yeah.
It was awful. We couldn't afford baseball pants.
Yeah.
And I thought this was interesting. A high school valedictorian was escorted out of a Broward school board meeting by security after questioning why students from wealthier families are holding their graduation at the Hard Rock and middle-class backgrounds or less have theirs in the school gym. Now, this meeting was on January 21st, but it's starting to get some traction on social media. Here's what the valedictorian had to say before they cut him off.
What you guys are doing with the graduation is completely unfair, and you guys are doing it in a horrendous way. And I don't want to be rude or anything, but at the end of the day, how is it fair? How can you justify that their students graduating from Hard Rock, which is one of the best places in all of South Florida, and now have to graduate from Pompano Beach Gymnasium? How is that justifiable? And also, I'd have a question for the board members. 2 weeks ago, approximately, I spoke to one of the board members, Sarah Leonardi, and I heard this rumor before it was officially published, and she assured me that, no, this will be public, and we, the parents, will have our opinions, and you guys will hear this and it'll be voted on. A few days later, it was publicly announced, the parents were notified, so was that a blatant lie? I would like an answer, please.
And then they cut off his microphone.
Boo, let the kid talk.
Yeah, and then they did not give him an answer, and they just kind of moved on.
See, that's what sucks is they don't give an answer. They move on and act like it never happened.
How are they allowed to do that?
I guess they gave him his free time, and they just didn't like what he's saying, so they just said, forget about it.
Hey, that kid's got some moxie. I respect it.
Yeah, me too. Get him.
Good for him. And we were talking about inebriated dental techs, and one text that we got here says, as a nurse who has worked in multiple hospitals in Palm Beach County since 2009, I can attest that a huge percentage of doctors, particularly residents in hospitals, are all on cocaine. They microdose it so that they can stay alert and see hundreds of patients a day. You would be absolutely shocked and horrified, as I have been, and it is one of the reasons that I left nursing in Palm Beach County.
The other thing I've noticed, too, on a lot of these DUI body cams, there's a lot of nurses that get pulled over, and within 2 or 3 minutes, they're all hammering, I'm a nurse. I am a nurse. And you're like, I don't know if I'd be saying that if I was you.
Yeah, I cannot verify anything in that text, but interesting if that is the case. I guess you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
And I'm sure not all are
She's
doing
not saying
cocaine.
all. She's just saying you'd
A
be
lot.
surprised how many.
I mean, even a lot. I would be shocked.
Even one is shocking.
Even one is shocking.
One is shocking.
Absolutely.
Now, you know it's more than one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Dang.
Who knows?
I knew a doctor that saw 3,500 patients a day. He was on cocaine. No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking.
And got a call out here. Somebody said, I've been to 2 gas stations in Palm Beach that charge a whole $1 extra, cash or card.
Wow.
Now, is that price gouging?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good question on what that is. And I know Denny's has got a little bit of a car issue that had happened. Now, you thought maybe it sounded like, did they throw something at your car, or what had happened in traffic?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We were on Southern Boulevard at a light, and all of a sudden there was a loud noise on the side of the car, kind of almost like somebody shooting a shotgun pellets into the side of the car, like this loud metal clank. Mm-hmm. And we look, and the car next to us, which had super dark tint, the back window was down and it slowly went up. And then when the light turned green, they like cut in front of us and then tried to avoid us the whole rest of the drive. I'm wondering, did they throw a handful of change at the car as they were going by, or?
Huh.
What
is that?
I don't know. It sucked because Lachlan had just fallen asleep and that woke him up, and then he did not go back to bed the rest of the day. So,
Oh, wow.
it was just, it was rough. We had just left that Lion Country Safari. We were on Southern heading back, but I just don't know what that was. Was it a prank by teens? The tent was so dark we couldn't see in the car, and then they just peeled off, took off, stayed in front of us so we couldn't get next to them.
Could have been about anything. I mean, and you can't challenge anybody in traffic in South Florida. You don't know what's going on.
You just can't. It's not safe. If you're okay and your car is okay, you kind of just have to just say, all right, just go about your business, you crazy loon.
What do you got in your car, Denny's? A V8, V6? What do you got?
Yeah, this would be a 6-cylinder.
Yeah, all right.
Like you know what that means.
Yeah, it got good horsepower, good HP.
I just want to see if it felt like it was a kid from the hand. It looked like a young kid's hand. I think the kid threw a bunch of stuff out of the car, put the window up, and the parents saw it and got embarrassed and peeled, because we just left Lion Country Safari.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, that's weird.
It was super weird. Again, that's the only reason I bring it up. It was just so odd.
Yeah.
But if that happens to any of us in traffic, just remember, breathe. They don't know you. You don't know them. It's time to de-escalate.
What happens if they throw a coin and it hits you in your retina? Are you de-escalating that?
Why is my window down?
Yeah.
I always have my window down. I love that natural air.
I never have my window down.
I love to blast my air up full gorilla and then roll my window down. I don't care if you like it.
All right, coin eye. You're going to be catching that coin in your eye.
I'm the easiest man to blind.